Welcome back to another episode of Simply Film, and today I am going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about when you're talking about film. It's film. Film stock. I mean, like, what is actually going into your film camera, this little rolls of 36 exposures. Well, sometimes 24 or 12. So there are a lot, like really a lot of different kinds of film. There is black and white film, there are color films, professional films, films with special colors for 120mm, for 35mm, expired film. There are a lot of kinds of film. In order to simplify stuff, today I'm only going to talk about my top 3 favorite films that I tend to use a lot. I tend to shoot more with color film because you can kind of change it into black and white using your Photoshop. I know it kind of defeats the purpose, but I realized that even though I love black and white photos a lot, I tend to gravitate, when I'm shooting, I tend to gravitate towards colors and certain colors that I like. If there are any kinds of film that you have come across or you have used that you would like me to talk about or to try it out together on this series, let me know in the comments below. So shall we talk about the films? So if you're a beginner, the first film I would definitely recommend is to get the Kodak 400 or the Fujifilm 400 because it is the cheapest film out there. So it's the cheapest film for the most flexibility, meaning there are Kodak 100, which means that it shoots at 100 ISO. Now if you're wondering what ISO is,
so what do all the numbers mean? I'm gonna explain this to you with the help of my little paintbrush and my super cute ink thingy. So the numbers on the film canisters are the ISO. What does ISO stand for? It stands for something completely unrelated, but basically it is the speed of the film. Basically, in layman terms, the numbers dictate what kind of lighting situation the films can shoot in and how much light is required. The higher the number, the better it can shoot in a lower light situation. So I'm going to use my 2 paintbrushes to try to explain to you how ISO works. Now, if I were to use a smaller brush, I would take a longer time to paint a big picture because of its tiny brush. But if I were to use a bigger brush to paint, it would take me a lot faster to paint a giant picture. So even though the smaller paintbrush is slower for me, however, if you look closely, its brush strokes are nice and fine and tiny. And that's because of its low ISO. It is less grainy when you look at your images. The digital version of grain is noise. However, even though the big brush is very fast and I can shoot it in low light situations, its grain is bigger and fatter and noisier.
so Kodak 400 is a good speed for when you're first trying out film because it is more flexible. It doesn't require so much light as compared to 100 where you really need really bright light to shoot. This is my favorite film by far, but it's super expensive. It's a Portra 800. One roll like that costs you like $12.50. The grain on this is really nice. 800 is a really good speed. Top of that, this film is a professional grade. It's very hard to overexpose it. Even if you don't get your settings right when you're using a manual camera, this film is very forgiving. Final one, the 1600. This is the fastest color film out there. I actually use this film when I'm going for weddings in particular, or when I'm going out to a party and I know it's gonna be night and I don't want to use flash, I'll bring this film stock out. This film stock, because of its high ISO, is also quite expensive. It's about the same price as Kodak Portra, which is like $12, and only Fujifilm has this high-speed color film. So I use this for my weddings and it produces really pretty result when the light is right. So that's the key about photography. It's always about the lighting. You can never ever have a good image with okay lighting. No matter how good your technology is, no matter what kind of film you use, lighting is always number one. Bright sunlight, bright shade,
Nighttime.
So I hope this video helps you guys to know a little bit more about the different film stocks and when to use what type of film. If you have any questions regarding film, leave it in the comment section below and we can explore it in the next few episodes. This is Nicole and this is the Simply Film series for Wonder TV. See you in the next video. Bye!